Coming up at 4:30, a protest at Columbia University is coming to an end after agreements in the Middle East. TikTok could be on the verge of another ban once again. Shanice Hopkins will have the latest. Breaking in the sports world, the 2005 Heisman Trophy winner is getting his hardware back. Mark Lowe has more on this developing story. Finally, spring showers are here, but with the risk of severe weather for this weekend. Destiny Pittman will have your full 7-day forecast. All this and more happening right now on UCentral News.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, I'm Perla Tovar.
And I'm Emma Birch. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
According to the Oklahoma House of Representatives, Governor Kevin Stitt signed the bill of House 3227 into law yesterday. This is a bill that requires all Oklahoma public and charter schools to teach cursive writing to students in 3rd through 5th grade. Oklahoma House Representative Jason Lowe, who created the bill with Senate author Kevin Matthews, said in a statement, "I am very pleased that my legislation, House Bill 3727, is now law. Elementary students from 3rd through 5th grade will now benefit from learning to write in cursive. This important skill will help them in many ways throughout their lives. Learning cursive handwriting is proven to improve students' neutral and motor function, as well as their grammar, handwriting, and spelling. It can also assist them with reading historical documents."
A handful of tents have been taken down and moved out of the encampment area on Columbia University's Morningside campus in New York. It comes after a midnight deadline to reach an agreement to dismantle the Palestinian protest encampment came and went. The majority of the tents in the encampment remained following the deadline. According to the NYPD, the university has not requested police to respond to the campus. A university spokesperson said negotiations will continue over the next 2 days. According to the university, conversations were extended to constructive dialogue with student protesters. The university says student protesters have committed to removing a significant number of tents and ensuring people who aren't affiliated with Columbia leave the encampment.
Pro-Palestinian protest continues to rock major American universities, prompting school officials to take steps to confront the growing crisis. The demonstrations underscore a potential challenge for President Biden's re-election bid this fall. Karen Kaifa has more details.
After signing a $95 billion bipartisan foreign aid package, including funding for Ukraine, Taiwan, and Israel, President Joe Biden highlighting the legislation's humanitarian help for Gaza and urging Israel to ensure it reaches Palestinians quickly.
We're going to immediately secure that aid and surge it, including food, medical supplies, clean water. And Israel must make sure all this aid reaches the Palestinians in Gaza without delay.
Biden reiterated that his support for Israel is ironclad, a backing at odds with some young progressives taking part in a growing number of pro-Palestinian demonstrations on college campuses, and whose support the president will need in November. While the national spotlight has been on Columbia's New York City campus, similar demonstrations have grown across the country this week. From Brown University in Rhode Island to the University of California at Berkeley. The White House, trying to both condemn anti-Semitism and address the gravity of the situation in Gaza, said they have been monitoring the protests. Political allies of President Biden downplaying a potential loss of support among young protesters in November.
I hope they will give the president time to show that his leadership in the Middle East ultimately will prove out to be aligned with American values.
At the White House, I'm Karen Kaifa.
And it was a little rainy outside today. The more spring weather is coming right now.
I had forgotten my jacket this morning, so Destiny, is it going to continue to rain for the rest of the day? Can you give us our first look at weather?
Yes, they are right. It is a very warm day outside. We see it's about 74 degrees outside currently, and there are a few clouds in that sky. The rain that we had earlier will carry on later on this evening, so it's not gone just yet. On top of that, it's not too windy right now, but later tonight those winds are going to be higher. Currently, winds blowing northeast about 15 miles per hour with a humidity rate of about 52%, and it does feel 74 degrees outside. Moving on tonight, like I said, we will have that chance of storms. Some storms will be coming in and they will be carrying on for the next week or so. It's going to be about 64 degrees for our low, and the winds are going to change directions and blow east about 10 to 13 miles an hour. But on top of that, we are going to have some gusts that are up to 20 to 28 miles per hour. Humidity rate is going to go up a lot too. It's going to be about 80%, and we are going to have that 80% chance of rain. And then today on top of that, allergens are very high in the air. We can see tree allergens are extremely high, and so are grass. Weed allergens are pretty low, and weed Weed is pretty low and mold is also relatively low as well. That's all I have for now, but I will have your full weather forecast later on in the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Destiny. Well, speaking of storms, the Thunder, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and all pro sports teams in the state might be getting additional funding thanks to you and me, the taxpayers. UCentral Sam Kozlowski has more.
As the Thunder prepare to take on the Pelicans in Game 2 of their first playoff series in 4 years, a new bill proposal by the state legislature will allow for the Thunder and all pro sports teams within Oklahoma to start receiving taxpayer rebate dollars to improve each team's payroll every year indefinitely. The rebates are capped at $10 million per year, divided into 4 quarterly payments, which will be clawed back if the team does not stay in Oklahoma for more than 3 years. According to the Oklahoma Department of Commerce, this bill will not create a fiscal impact for the department or the state. HB 3959 just needs a vote in the Senate before the bill would reach Governor Stitt for signing. Reporting in Edmond, Sam Kozlowski, UCentral News.
And today is Denim Day, a day that aims to shed light on sexual assault and violence around the world. Denim Day happens every April in honor of the Sexual Assault Awareness Month. It started back in the 90s after an Italian woman was sexually assaulted by her driving instructor. The court ruled that since the woman was wearing tight jeans, she must have consented since she had to help remove them. Women in the Italian parliament responded by showing up to work in jeans the next day to show unity. Since then, the event has been spreaded all around the world to help bring awareness to sexual assault.
A Tennessee bill letting teachers carry guns in school is on track to become law. It's drawing powerful reactions, but the reality is it's nothing new. Most states already have some kind of statute along these lines, and the list is growing. Amy Kiley has more on both sides of the debate.
Their blood is on your hands!
Reactions are heated as a Tennessee bill allowing armed teachers is on track to become law. It's heading to the governor with enough support to override a potential veto after this House vote yesterday.
State troopers, please clear the gallery on both sides.
Opponents say they worry it could make schools more dangerous.
I spent this morning talking to Representative Williams, trying to ask him to add amendments to make it so kids won't die from this bill, all to no avail.
The goal is to get firearms away from schools, not put them in the schools.
Supporters say they want a way to stop school shooters quickly after a gunman left 6 dead at a Nashville elementary school last year.
A school's ability to respond in a timely manner is going to be the #1 indicator on the ability to save lives.
Most states have some kind of law allowing armed educators. That's according to the Giffords Law Center. It says some let people with concealed carry permits keep guns in locked cars on K-12 campuses. Others go further, allowing schools to decide whether individuals can carry firearms. A few states even let members of the public with concealed carry permits bring guns into schools.
You don't have time to just sit and wait for police to arrive, because by the time they get there, the majority of the killing is already done.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
And just last Friday, Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds signed a bill letting teachers with permits carry guns in schools. And like we said a little bit before, we had some showers today, and I think there might be more showers on the way.
When we come back after a break, Destiny Pittman will have our first look at weather.
Happy birthday! Make a wish.
Miss you guys.
Blue skies smiling at me, talking about blue skies. Do I see bluebirds singing a song, talking about blue skies from now on?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Are you really sure this is all going to fit?
Oh, it'll fit. I got that. All right.
When hauling anything, ensure it's secure. Losing your load is dangerous for all drivers. We want everyone to make it home safe. Help make Oklahoma safe by securing your load.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm here to give you your full weather forecast for today. So we're going to start with the current conditions for statewide. Up in Guyman, we see it's pretty cool. We see a lot of 70s across the board, even the 60 up in Guyman, 62 in Guyman. But as we move across the state, we can see that temperature does start to pick up. 70 in Woodward and then 73 in Enid, Clinton, and Ponca City. So again, that nice 70 weather. So to the southern part of the state, we do see Ardmore is 76. And over in McAllister, one of the warmest parts of the state for today, 78 degrees. And then in the Oklahoma City and Edmond area, it's about 76 degrees. So that nice warm spring weather. And it looks like that weather is going to be here to stay. There is some scattered rain across the state as well, and that will carry across into tonight. For tonight's conditions, temperatures are going to drop down. It's still going to be that nice 50 and 60 degree weather. We see 53 up in Guyman, 56 in Woodward, 62 in Clinton, and then it's pretty warm in Lawton, about 67 degrees for their low tonight. In Oklahoma City and Edmond, we can expect it to be around 64 degrees. We also see some more 50s up in Miami, 56, 58 in Ponca City, and then 61 in Tulsa. So again, it's going to cool down a little, but not too much. And then across the state as well, there is going to be that chance of thunderstorms we're going to have for pretty much the rest of the week, carrying into the weekend. And then as I give you your 7-day forecast, you can definitely see there are some April showers. As you know, they say April showers bring May flowers. And that is definitely ringing to be true. The upcoming week, we're having a lot of chance of severe weather. We can see Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, there are going to be chance of thunderstorms. Just make sure to be weather aware and know what's going on to stay safe. We do see it's still going to be pretty warm. Temperatures warming up into the weekend, into the 80s. On Thursday, 80% chance of those thunderstorms with 77 for our high, 66 for our low. It's pretty warm on Friday, 83 for our high, 68 for the low. Thunderstorms as well with Saturday, 80 for our high, 63 for our low. And then on Sunday, those thunderstorms are going to go away, but there will still be some showers, but there will also be some sun in the sky. So we see there's a 30% chance of that rain on Sunday, about 80 degrees for our high, 55 for our low. As we get into next week, though, we do see that rain is going to go away for a little bit. Later next week, there is going to be some more rain as well, though. Monday, it's going to be sunny, as well as Tuesday with 77 and 84 for our highs. And this week to Wednesday of next week, we do see 81 for our high, but those clouds are going to come back in. Like I said, there is going to be some rain carrying on into later in the week. I know that I like the more severe weather. I like seeing like what happens. Emma, Perla, how are you guys feeling about seeing all this rain across the board for this upcoming week?
Well, I don't know if I want to say I really like severe weather, Destiny, like you, but I mean, I can always take rain. Rain washes out the pollen, so my allergies will hopefully go away soon. They're still around. But yeah, no, I'm not the biggest fan of watching severe weather.
I agree, and this weekend is such a big weekend with the Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon.
Oh,
so
yes.
I'm not very excited to see that there's going to be rain, but it's better than it being very hot outside.
So true.
Coming up, find out the fate of the TikTok ban bill as it has officially reached the president's desk.
And find out which celebrities are in legal hot water. Shanice Hopkins will have more after the break.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole, you got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the mass comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
Welcome back, Broncos. I'm Shanice Hopkins, and this is my final What's Trending Today. So let's end this off strong. President Joe Biden signed a bill Wednesday that could lead to a nationwide TikTok ban. Congress had passed this bill this week as a part of a wide-ranging foreign aid package meant to support Israel and Ukraine. The legislation poses the most serious risk to TikTok since U.S. officials began raising concerns about the app in 2020. Michael Yoshida explains what this means for users here in the U.S.
Out for TikTok, and it's more than 170 million users in the U.S.
A lot of TikTok users, as you would expect, aren't very happy about this. TikTok brings in lots of money for them.
President Joe Biden signing a bill Wednesday, giving ByteDance, TikTok's Chinese parent company, 270 days to sell or spin off the social media platform. Otherwise, it will be banned from U.S. app stores.
Congress is acting to prevent foreign adversaries from conducting espionage, surveillance, maligned operations, harming vulnerable Americans, our servicemen and women, and our U.S. government personnel.
Some experts say this bill does not prioritize the right issues.
Really what the U.S. needs to do, if it's worried about data collection, is pass comprehensive privacy legislation that would regulate the kind of data that all social media platforms and tech companies can collect on us and keep on us and share on us. Because even if TikTok goes away, there's nothing stopping the Chinese government from buying data and information about Americans from data brokers and other social media platforms.
TikTok is fighting back, calling the legislation unconstitutional. CEO Shou Chu vowed to take the issue to court.
Rest assured, we aren't going anywhere.
In Washington, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
If you are an avid TikTok user, I highly recommend that you start downloading all of your favorited videos before it's too late. And Drake is in the hot seat once again as Tupac Shakur's estate is threatening to sue the artist over an AI-generated voice used on his diss track. In a cease and desist letter sent to Drake concerning his tailor-made freestyle, the late rapper's estate states that they are, quote, deeply dismayed and that they would, quote, never given its approval. The track is currently available through Drake's Instagram, but is not yet available on streaming platforms. Drake has yet to respond or remove the song. But Drake is not the only one in a lawsuit. Megan Thee Stallion is being sued by a cameraman over hostile work environment claims. The lawsuit filed by Emilio Garcia includes 9 labor code violations, including harassment and hostile work environments. Garcia is suing over multiple incidents, accusing the artist of having sexual relations while he was in the car with her. In the same trip, he claims the artist weight shamed him and was wrongfully undercompensated. Finally, it looks like Prime Hydration LLC may be getting KO'd after being sued this month for being unsafe to consume, and Logan Paul has finally responded. Paul posted a 3-minute video 7 hours ago to his TikTok addressing the claims that Prime drinks contain forever chemicals. Here's what he had to say.
First off, anyone can sue anyone at any time. That does not make the lawsuit true, and in this case, it is not. There's claims that PFOS or forever chemicals come from plastic. So in this case, they're not talking about the actual drink, the liquid Prime. They're talking about the bottle that Prime is manufactured in. This ain't a rinky-dink operation. We use the top bottle manufacturers in the United States. All of your favorite beverage brands, Coke, Pepsi, Tropicana, Dr. Pepper, they use these companies. If the product is served in plastic, they make a bottle for them.
On April 18th, the judge heard Prime's argument to dismiss the suit, stating that they did not have, quote, facts showing concrete and imminent threat or future harm. Paul said his message to parents or children is to be smart about what they're drinking. And that was my final social media report of the semester. I had the amazing opportunity of anchoring for the first time this semester, and it has been an amazing opportunity. See you next semester. Signing off, Shanice Hopkins. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Shanice. Still to come is women's golf team is still competing in the conference championship. Where are they sitting as they end the near of the course?
And Heisman Trophy winner is getting his gold back. Mark Lowe has more in sports right after this.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back, sports fans. I'm Mark Lowe, and today we're headed out to the green. The women's golf team is up at the Silo Ridge Golf Course in Bolivar, Missouri, competing in the MIAA tournament, where they started out in 4th, but have since dropped following 2 rounds of play. The Broncos fell 3 spots to number 7 at the tournament, currently 30 strokes behind first place Central Missouri. Micah Ramos currently leads the Broncos with a 12 over par after 36 holes, which is good enough for 6th best in the tournament. The Chos wrap up today with another round of 18 on the schedule to decide a winner. Speaking of schedules, another Bronco team just dropped theirs for the upcoming season. The countdown is on for September 7th of this year, where the UCO football team kicks off their season at home against Langston. A couple of these games stand out, firstly with Northwest Missouri making a return trip to Edmond, where the last time they visited, they were ranked 2nd in the nation. That was until the Broncos pulled off an upset. The President's Cup rivalry continues in Tahlequah as Northeastern was granted permission to play as an independent from the MIAA. And finally, wrapping up the season against Emporia State is going to be a pretty big help for the Chos ahead of the playoffs if they make it that far. Overall, fans and myself included can't wait for September. Moving up a division, we had some breaking news today from the biggest honor in college football. Reggie Bush is getting his Heisman Trophy back. The Southern California running back is all smiles 14 years after he forfeited his trophy due to an investigation into the Trojans that Bush had received improper benefits during his time at USC. However, in the new day and age of NIL, the Heisman Trust decided to take a second look. President of Trust Michael Cromford said, quote, "We are thrilled to welcome Reggie Bush back to the Heisman family in recognition of his collegiate accomplishments. We consider the enormous changes in college athletics over the last several years and deciding that now is the right time to reinstate the trophy for Reggie. We are so happy to welcome him back," end quote. Many other athletes, including another Heisman winner and Johnny Manziel, have congratulated Bush on getting his trophy back. The NFL Draft is tomorrow, where 257 college football players will be selected to play for one of 32 NFL teams, and 4 of those teams have new looks this season. The Jets, Texans, Lions, and Broncos have all debuted new threads ahead of the draft. Lots of different jersey and helmet combinations, as well as a couple blackout uniforms, highlight these drops. Fans from around the league are showing their support, but some aren't completely sold. Personally, I think the Texans have the best uniform alternates, with the Lions coming in second. Fans are in agreement, with many saying it's between the Lions and Texans for the best, and Jets and Broncos trailing far behind. Finally tonight, we're ending where we've ended almost all semester long, down at the Paycom Center. Round 1 of the Western Playoffs continues tonight for another late tip-off at 8:30 as the Thunder take on the Pelicans. The Thunder have a 1-game lead over New Orleans headed into Game 2 of the series. The round of Game 2s have had some wild finishes in the final seconds, like Ian had mentioned yesterday, with the Nuggets getting a last-second win and the Knicks narrowly escaping the 76ers. So could we see something similar happen tonight? Only time will tell. Now, Emma, Perla, we've talked Thunder all semester long, so I'm going to switch it up on you for the last show here. You gals obviously have a great sense of style, so I got to ask, what do you guys think of those new NFL uniforms? Agree with the fans?
I think they're pretty slick. Personally, my favorite so far is the Texans. The all black and the all red is just definitely a little different.
For me, I'm going to have to say the Broncos because they look like our very own Bronco football jerseys here at UCO. What about you, Mark?
I'm kind of in agreement again. I like the Texans and the Lions. I think the blackout uniforms are clean. I like the Texans red, though, like Emma said. I'm kind of in agreement with the fans, though. I think the Broncos, I'm not a big fan of it. You know, I think they need to start winning before they look at jerseys, personally.
And that's the facts.
And coming up, Destiny Pittman will give us our last look at weather when we come back.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back. Let's toss it over to Destiny Pittman for our last look at weather. Destiny?
So here's just our daily forecast for tomorrow. So you can see tomorrow there's going to be some rain pretty much all day. That rain is going to start around 7 a.m. It's going to carry over from the night, but it's going to be there high. It's going to be raining a lot in the morning. On to noon, it's going to still be raining. And then as we get into the evening tomorrow, the rain will continue with a high of about 75 degrees. And those showers are going to carry on until the next day as well. That is all I have for now.
Well, this is sadly my last show ever for UCentral, and I am very, very sad, but I have loved getting to work with each and every one of you. I've kind of worked with everybody. I have one thing to say. My family and friends have been wondering where I'm going to end up after I graduate, and I just want to make an announcement. I will be here in Oklahoma. I'm going to Tulsa, Channel 2, starting in June. So I'm very excited. Thank you. So yes, but it has been such a great opportunity to work with each and every one of you. I'm not going to get emotional, but I love you all very much, and you guys mean a lot to me.
I know Shanice talked about this yesterday, but you've been a mentor to all of us, so thank you so much. And Mark will also be graduating, so we want to congratulate you.
Yeah, thank you guys for a great semester, great year, honestly, working on sports. I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Do you guys have anything else? Destiny, you're a senior.
You're also graduating.
I'm also graduating. I've just had so much fun doing weather the past few semesters, so thank you for this opportunity.
We love y'all.
So the last time signing off, I'm Emma Burt. And go ahead.
No, you go. All you
Everybody
girls.
have a great night.